More insight onto what the Lakers could be doing in the near future. We bring in ESPN senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski. All right, so they get the James family locked up. Yep. Then they add Nate McMillan and Scott Brooks, two veteran former head coaches in the league, to J.J. Redick's staff. So they've got that all together. What are they going to do now?
Probably wait.
Okay.
This is going to be a summer, I think, and it's not just the Lakers, around the league, where things are going to play out over time. You'll have front offices in Sacramento and Las Vegas for summer leagues coming. They'll talk there. But these new salary cap rules, that second apron, which is largely acting like a hard cap for teams, is really limiting movement in the league. And I think for the Lakers, having 3 future first-round picks available to trade, teams are much more cautious about just giving up picks. You've heard a word around the Lakers more than you've ever heard: development. It was why they went after Danny Hurley at UConn, and it's been a big theme so far. You've heard from J.J. Redick. You've got to draft well in this league. You've got to develop your players. That the cap just doesn't work for teams, especially big market teams, just trading for like a third star. That is almost impossible for the Lakers to have that. So I think any of the moves you see this summer, they're going to be around the edges. There are not wholesale moves for them to make. There are not great players available right now, and the Lakers aren't in a position financially to necessarily even get involved if there is one.
Yeah, so Laker fans are more hopeful than maybe any fan base. They always expect the team to do big things. But the reality of the league right now, Woj, is they need to temper those expectations maybe then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Nico Harrison created the space to be able to bring in Klay Thompson, and that's not something that we saw necessarily Rob Pelinka do. So I want to bring in our salary cap expert, Bobby Marks, because, Bobby, if LeBron, looking here, if he takes the full max this season, it puts the Lakers over the second apron, that big, scary term. What exactly does that mean? How do the Lakers avoid it? What are they trying to do here?
Yeah, Malika, the second apron is at 189. Right now they're at 190. It's most important that they're below that second apron when we get to February. It doesn't have to be right now here.
Okay.
And I think when you're looking at it from the Lakers' perspective, there's certainly a lot of different avenues as far as where they can go. I think one of them is certainly when we look at a player like Christian Wood. If you feel like you can't make a trade, you can waive Christian Wood and stretch his money out over 3 years. That would save you $2 million, and that would get you under the second apron. You could do that right now if you want, but it's all about getting under by the end of next year. A couple things about the apron, just so we've got some clarification here. The Lakers can still, even though they're over, can still trade D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura together as long as they are below that 189 number. It's the post-transactional number. As long as they get below that, they can't take back more money right now. So they're pressed right at that second apron. Why it's important that they're under when we get to February is if they are over, their 2032 first-round pick becomes frozen. They won't have the ability to trade that next year.
And Rob Pelinka has said that they would look into trading those future firsts if the right deals, or future picks rather, if the right deals come to fruition in order to continue to maximize around LeBron. If we could bring Woj back into the conversation here. Woj, what avenues are the Lakers exploring to try to upgrade their roster?
Mark mentioned it. It's a long summer. Free agency, the offseason just started. A lot of deals take time. You've got GMs and team presidents who are going to be in Sacramento for Summer League. They're going to be in Las Vegas for Summer League. And typically this is how you see free agency go. You see a bunch of moves right away, and then it slows down. And that's what's happening in the marketplace now. There's a few months before the season starts. There's a trade deadline in February. But it's not all going to happen at once. And the Lakers have 15 players on their roster right now. That is extremely limiting for them. Bobby described the salary cap limitations. And so I think this is going to be something that plays out over time. But there may be a world where there are really no significant upgrades from the group that the Lakers have right now. But they'll keep talking all summer.
Lakers and LeBron James agreeing on a 2-year deal worth $104 million today. That includes a player option for the 2025-26 season and a no-trade clause, sources tell our Adrian Wojnarowski. He joins only Bradley Beal as the only players in the NBA with no trade clauses. If you're wondering, you're going to give that almost or 40-year-old man all of this money? Well, look at just last season alone, okay? LeBron was one of 4 players with 1,500 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 dimes, along with Jokic, Luka, and Domantas Sabonis. He was one of 3 players to average 25 points, 7 boards, and 7 dimes, along with the Joker and Luka. And he was 2 players to average 25 points, 50% shooting, and 40% on three-pointers, along with Kevin Durant. And truly, one of one, becomes the first player to average 25 points in a season while being the oldest player in the NBA. We're joined now by front office insider Bobby Marks with more. I feel like I kind of just answered my question as to why you would sign him to all of this money, but what more can you tell us about this new deal with him and the Lakers?
Yeah, first person player to crack $500 million on court earnings, was eligible to sign for 3 years, $162 million. Decided to do the short-term deal, can become a free agent next offseason when the salary cap will spike with the new TV money coming in. Certainly the no trade is certainly weighs into it. Him and Bradley Beal are the only 2 players here. So 2 years, $104 million. LeBron James is locked up for at least 1 more year.
And here's the thing, right? When you talk about players getting older, this is not just a golden parachute contract. Last season, LeBron played in 71 games. That was his most in any of his 6 seasons with the Lakers. So certainly he's not slowing down a bit. But what more news do you have about the coaching staff right now that the Lakers is putting around the young and green J.J. Redick?
Yeah, probably the most important hirings of the offseason wasn't going to be what they did with their roster, was finding veterans for around J.J. Redick. When you look at certainly Terry Stotts and Nate McMillan, certainly 2 veteran NBA head coaches to provide some influence as far as with J.J. Redick. I think certainly both players will help in that regards there, but priority 1 was certainly with that hiring there.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to give him some protection, and he knows that as well. Give him a ton of experience, and Brooks and McMillan certainly have it. A combined 2,400 games of head coaching experience to help J.J. Redick as he figures out how to do this thing. Bobby Marks, appreciate you joining us here on SportsCenter. Much more ahead on LeBron as well. $1 million deal to stay with the Lakers. It's essentially a 1-and-1 as he has a player option for the 2025-26 season and a no-trade clause. You'll remember that the Lakers just drafted his junior last week, so maybe not totally surprising that he is signing back on to stay in L.A. You take a look as we go by the numbers, right? LeBron James will be going into his 22nd season. He'll turn 40 in December. He'll become the first player in NBA history to play a game as both a teenager and a 40-year-old. His 22 seasons will match Vince Carter for the most NBA seasons played all time. Carter averaged 5 points, though, per game in his year 22. James is coming off averaging over 25 points this past season, and at age 39, LeBron is officially the oldest player to sign a $100 million contract in NBA history. It's the 6th $100 million deal in his career, twice as many as any other player all time. And as Bobby Marks said earlier in the show, first player ever to reach $500 million. Champ Kendrick Perkins, who joins us now. And Perk, I know that you said that you were willing to cut off your left big toe, that LeBron would not be taking a pay cut. We love that you put your foot down. But now that they've locked him back up, just assess their shot at actual title next year.
Well, first of all, thank you, Rob Pelinka, because I still got my big toe. That's first thing. Second thing is this, right? When it comes down to LeBron James offering to take a pay cut, when was the last time we've ever heard LeBron James say he was going to take a pay cut? We haven't, but that goes to show you how much he's dedicated, right, to actually wanting to win. And every single time that you have LeBron James on your team, especially this late in his career, and he's committed to you, you have to commit to him. Damn it, they wanted Clay. His mama called him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay. LeBron wanted them. Rob Pelinka didn't want to give up Austin Reeves. We know that's the elephant in the room. And so obviously he couldn't make the sign and trade work with Golden State to bring Clay there. So here they are again with the same roster and going back into training camp unless they make a little small move from here.
Yeah.
And that the Lakers didn't do what they needed to do, what LeBron James was asking them to do. And that's to make a move, right? To put them in the contentions of not just contending in the West, but overall winning the championship.
Yeah, you talk about the Lakers making a move. Aside from re-signing Max Christie, the Lakers, they've had a quiet free agency. What do you want to see this team do next?
I mean, to be real, listen, you need perimeter defense or you need shooting, right? When it comes down to Anthony Davis and LeBron James, you need shooting. That's why LeBron James wanted Klay Thompson. I would love to see them go out and get a third star, right? DeMar DeRozan, a guy that is known, right, for a walking bucket, right, 20,000 plus points, a guy that can create for himself. And I know a lot of people saying, oh, it wouldn't be a perfect fit, but we don't know that, right? As guys get older, they tend to sacrifice, they tend to work on their game. We didn't think LeBron James was going to become one of the better three-point shooters in the game, and we saw how he shot the ball from three. If the Lakers are trying to get over that hump and contend with the powerhouses in the West like OKC and Dallas and Minnesota, they got to get a third legitimate star in there, and they just haven't struck on it yet.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. What the hell are the Lakers doing? Like, honestly, I love the Lakers. I do. But damn. Oh my God. You could have had LeBron James on a discount and signed Klay Thompson. I know he wanted the fresh start in Dallas, but you could have persuaded him somehow, right? You could have got James Harden somehow. You didn't get that. You could have got Jonas Valanciunas somehow. You didn't get that. Now, because LeBron didn't get his three players that he wanted, he says, no, screw it, I'm taking the max. So LeBron and Anthony Davis are combined of $109 million heading into this upcoming season. Not looking good, because now you got 180 something minus 109, roughly around 70 to $75 million for the rest of the 13 guys out there, right? How the hell are you going to divide 75 million amongst 13 players? I know for the average Joe, that's a lot of money, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when you got guys like D'Lo, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura making a lot of money, you got to think to yourself, that's around maybe, I don't know, I'm guessing 50 million right there. Because D'Lo makes 20, Rui I think makes like 17, Austin makes like 13, 14, roughly around 50. So now you got three guys off the books, right? Now you're looking at 50 million amongst 10 players, right? You know, I'm just baffled. I am 100% baffled. How the hell are you going to compete in the Western Conference when you got teams like Minnesota, you got teams like Denver, still in at Denver, you got up and coming teams like Sacramento, just a piece away here and there. They are fast and quick. They're really good. So, you know, and Pelicans, don't forget about the Pelicans. If they do not trade Brandon Ingram, this is a whole different topic. If they do not trade Brandon Ingram and keep Brandon Ingram, DeJounte Murray, and Zion Williamson, and CJ McCollum on that team, wow, you are looking at a very, very dangerous team. Again, I will make another video on the Pelicans. They are very, very good. Something special to watch out for. If Zion Williamson stays healthy, very dangerous. Again, another topic for another discussion. So, yeah. How the hell are the Lakers going to compete? Are they going to make the playoffs? Right? You got Phoenix. Juggernaut of offense right there. You got other teams like, Dallas Mavericks, the Clippers. I don't know, maybe not. Depends on what they do. Depends if Kawhi Leonard has a breakout season. But then again, he's playing on Team USA, and then right off the bat, he's going into the regular season. We all know Kawhi Leonard's injuries, and I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs this year. Who knows, right? OKC Thunder, you can't forget about them. OKC Thunder, they look damn good ever since they got Isaiah Hartenstein from the New York Knicks. That is a team to watch out for. So what I'm trying to say is, Lakers currently constructed very similar to last year. Very similar to last year. You can't tell me Connect is going to change the scenery. You cannot tell me that JJ Redick is going to change the scenery, because that is a hard ask, right? A very hard ask. And, this team is very similar. LeBron James is aging. Anthony Davis is aging. Yet they're taking up all the cap space, all the money, and yet you're relying on those two moving forward. You know, it's time where you have to reevaluate things. Maybe it's time to let Rob Pelinka go. I don't want to call for anybody's job, but you know, you could have at least traded something for D'Lo, right? You could have grabbed. I know the rumors are they're looking for Kyle Kuzma. They're looking for Cameron off the Nets. They're looking for Dorian Smith off the Nets. You know, Tyus Jones, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you got to think to yourself, is that really, really going to get the job done against the tough Western Conference? And not to mention the Western Conference. You're looking at the Eastern Conference, just got better. Philly got better. New York definitely got better on that one. Boston is still the team to beat. Milwaukee, if they somehow get Brandon Ingram, they're still a dark horse in that. If they still somehow get Brandon Ingram, they're a team to watch out for. So is it time to let Rob Pelinka go, right? Because this roster is not looking damn good. It's not, right? I know Woj said it's a long summer. It is going to be a long summer. You know, ace of base, cruel summer. That's what it is for Lakers fans. So at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do, right? Jeannie Buss has to look and reevaluate things, and if you go 0 for 10 in the first 10 games, don't be surprised. If you go 0 for 10, you know, you're obviously not going to fire JJ Redick because he's in this for 10 games, so the scapegoat is really going to be Rob Pelinka. That's just the way it is. I don't wish anybody get fired, but I'm just saying that's what it's going to be. So the question I have for you guys is, how many Laker wins do you think there's going to be? Are they going to make the playoffs? Right? Is Rob Pelinka going to get fired? Only wait and see. Because this season can only get a little bit worse. Because it's the exact same roster pretty much. And now you got to think to yourself, hey, what the hell? Right? A lot of Laker fans are just upset, and I don't blame them. So again, how many wins do the Lakers get this year? Do they even make the playoffs? And most importantly, is Rob Pelinka gonna get fired? Leave a comment in the comment section. As always, Jag from Jaggy Sports.